There are people expected that if at all those two leaders wakipatana, then all will be well. We saw them meet a few months back, actually last month, and people thought, okay, fine, everything is going to be different now. Then the former president makes a very simple, calm statement, and all hell breaks loose. Are we reading too much into the former president's remarks last week?
First of all, what was the function? If I recall well, I thought that function was something to do with the Kenyatta Foundation, if I'm not wrong.
It was a funeral, actually.
A funeral.
It was a funeral?
Yes.
Okay.
Of a relative.
Of a relative. Okay. Now, what was the function about? I think the placing of that whole thing should be understood in that context. Because sometimes I can make a political statement, say in a funeral, say in not a fundraiser, but say in a wedding. And it's not something I've thought about, because if it's really a person of the caliber of Uhuru Kenyatta, if he wants to speak to the youth, really, he knows how to get them around. He knows how to get youth from Tana River all the way to Turkana, all the way to, from coast to coast, and speak to them. Then that's a serious meeting. But when you stand, it's I don't know who died. Maybe it's a young man who passed on. I don't know. And then as you are talking, you just say that young people should wake up and fight for their rights. Their wealth is being taken. Fight for your rights. I don't think it was something that was really like a political move that has been calculated, planned, and therefore it's being executed. First of all, execution of something to do with youth, you have to really spend, think, and plan. Have a proper planning team to do it. So for me, I did not think it is even worth something to talk about. I mean, this country, we are a free nation. People can say whatever they want to say. We have brought up our children to be democratic. Definitely in my family, my kids, the way they speak to me is not the way I used to speak to my father. We are in a whole different, situation here. Yeah, even when you have prayers and you finish the prayers, your son or daughter will ask you, "But Dad, what was that all about?" You know. So we are living in a very different environment, and I don't think, from where I stand, I don't think Uhuru was speaking like something that he has sat down, thought about, he's executing. So
we're reading too much into it. In
my opinion, my humble opinion, there was absolutely no need for even a response. So if I stand up and I say Gen Z should fight for their rights, it's just like when we were in church this Sunday. I attended a Nairobi church here, and the pastor was saying that last week he spoke about tattoos, and he said that it is Jesus that is important. This is what Paul has taught us, not other things. So whether you have a tattoo, whether you have dreadlocks, it does not determine whether you will go to heaven or not. And a statement like that, he said that it was trending. That's what he was telling us. And I thought, but what's the big thing about that? So I don't know, maybe
the president did not take it kindly, Bonapogisio. He felt the need to respond. And not just him, we've seen also a number of cabinet secretaries directly responding to the former president. Are they reading too much into something that the senator says it shouldn't be a big deal?
Fred, I want to agree with the senator on that. But that's reading too much into a family comment. I mean, this